For a long time now I've wanted to try the one chunk game mode, but there has never been a better place and time to begin than with the release of Varlamore. If you're watching this video on release, obviously Varlamore's not out yet. We still have a couple of days, but that doesn't mean I can't prep the account. We have some stuff to set up, because I'm planning to make this account end up with some different grinds than a lot of the big one chunks. Like, we've seen plenty of 99 construction content. We've seen plenty of one chunk accounts go to Puro. I don't want to do that shit. So let's go over some of the quick rules first. Things that aren't permanently in the chunk do not trigger skilling challenges. That means wheat fields, having crop circles, will not unlock Puro for me. Puro for me will be in Xanaris when I unlock that. Shooting stars. Shooting stars are not always in the chunk, so they will not trigger skilling challenges, though I can use them for training. Weeds for farming. Farming patches do not trigger skilling challenges without seeds. I do not have to be raking, because the weeds won't always be there. The one other thing that I want to go over that won't trigger skilling challenges is skill capes. Because although I don't actually know where I'm starting, I looked at the map of Varlamore and there's a real estate agent there, which will have a 99 construction cape. And I just don't want to do that same grind that so many other one chunks either have started, have completed, or have on the horizon. I would like to do something different. But although that's some grinds that I won't be doing, I want to unlock some extra ones that I will be doing. The following things I will do before I get to my chunk. I will unlock Herblore, so access to herbs and secondaries will trigger Herblore challenges. I will complete rune mysteries so I can lamp rune crafting, so I can get up to rune crafting methods if I find them near my chunks, and I will also get a POH, so I will have the ability to train construction, though my POH itself will not trigger construction challenges. Construction challenges will come across when they're needed for quests and such, and I can use my POH anytime I can get back to my chunks. Talking about my chunks, I have to get to Varlamore somehow, and I honestly don't know how that's going to happen, how we're going to get there, and how we're going to get back, but I won't be coming back for at least 10 chunks. Varlamore is across the sea, so at some point I will need to be able to return, but for the first 10 chunks, or maybe some other number if that's going to be unreasonable for whatever reason, I will be staying in the land of Varlamore and maybe part of Kurin. After I complete 10 chunks, I will unlock the ability to return via the method I got there with. And finally, the big thing is we're gonna be starting right next to the Colosseum, and it's meant to be Inferno difficulty. Probably I can't finish that with my starting chunk, so I will be inserting a PVM rule where for any PVM activity, I must attempt it 20 times, and after 20 failed attempts, I am allowed to choose to skip it. But then with every chunk that gives me a possible upgrade for it, I must try another 5 times. And as soon as I think it's doable, I'll commit to it and it will trigger challenges. Alright, that's all the rules. Let's get into me actually doing that prepping content and getting ready for Varlamore. Let's jump into the clips. There's 1,000 gold from Stronghold of Security that will pay for our house. And here's the bear that we're going to mage to get our bear meat for Druidic Ritual. No, it's not enough runes. Shit. Can I flinch it? Is that going to do enough damage? I doubt it's going to do enough damage. Whoops. Let's remake and get an extra stack of mind runes. Alright, take 2. With a slightly different spelling of the name. Let's hit this tutorial island. Alright, that looks like someone from Varlamore, I reckon. We'll go with that. Second back-to-back tutorial island done. Now I need to go change all my settings again. Fun. And at this time, let's start with the rat. Rat down, we've got the rat meat. The chicken. And there's our beef as well. Now we just have the bear to go. Managed to not get a melee level from that, which is nice. Okay, we're grabbing extra money this time so we can afford extra runes. I'll drop it after, don't worry. One of these to help with mage accuracy. And at this point we need a bond. There we go. let's be members. And we're gonna buy a house. Yes please, thank you very much. We'll only be able to use the house once we have a teleport there and a teleport back into our chunk, but as soon as that's possible, we now have one. This lady threatening some torture, yeah, that's the place I definitely want to go and be locked there and stay and unable to leave. Children of the Sun completed, giving us this very, very important line here, access to Varlamore. Alright, bear is down. That took 38 casts. So once I'm in my chunk, I need to drop 38 casts of airstrike or equivalent to 272 magic XP in some other form. Cool, druidic ritual completed. We have one more quest to finish to be ready to go. And there's rune mysteries completed, which is super important because that allows us to lamp rune crafting when we get there. I don't know if that actually counts as super important, but I'm going to call it super important. Alright, we're ready for the release that will be happening in just a few days. We're going to hold on to these coins in case it costs money to get to Varlamore, but once we get there we will be dropping these. So we ended up with a little bit of attack, strength and hit points XP, but we're going to pretend that didn't happen. That's just fine. We've unlocked Herblore, we've unlocked our house, and we've unlocked the ability to lamp rune crafting. The one unfortunate thing is that we have 272 magic XP, so we will be trying to get rid of magic training options up to that XP amount. That might be 38 wind strikes, or it might be some other form of magic training that I don't know of because I don't know what's there yet. Also, we're going to be dropping the first 1000 GP we earn to pay for the unlock of the house, just straight away. And with the account all prepped and ready, we are now just waiting on the release of Varlamore. My first episode with progress in the chunk that we'll be starting in, wherever that happens to be, will be out within 48 hours of Varlamore release. Whenever I have a good amount of content ready from the first day or maybe 2 days and have the time to edit it. I'm sure lots of other people will be starting Varlamore one chunk accounts, and probably people that can play more than me and maybe play better than me and gonna have more progressed accounts. But I can promise you 2 things. 1, I will continue to have unique original background music, and number 2, I will call more inanimate objects friends than any other YouTuber. And if you enjoy that, then hey, you're at the right place. Alright, I will see you in a few days when this launches and we all get our hands on some juicy new content. Catch you then, crack out.